Spielberg presents Back to the Future, a Robert Zemeckis film.
Steven.
Marty leads an ordinary life.
No McFly ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley.
Yeah, well, history is going to change.
And 1985 is not his year. But Dr. Brown is about to change all that.
Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a Delorean?
He's sending Marty 30 years back in time.
Back to the Future is a North American film. 1985 was directed by Robert Zemeckis, written by Zemeckis and Bob Gale, starring Michael D.J. Fox, Christopher Felloyd, Sid Thompson, Crispin Glover, and Thomas F. Wilson. The film tells the story of Marty McFly, a teenager who inevitably goes back in time until 1955. He meets his future parents at school and accidentally makes her future mother romantically interested. For him, Mars must repair the damage in history, making your parents fall in love. With the help of Dr. Ramek Brown, find a way to get back to 1985. Zemeckis and Gale wrote a script after Gale had wondered if he would have became friends with your father if they had studied together in high school. Several studios turned down the script until the financial success of the novel in the film directed by Zemeckis, with the project being picked up by Universal Pictures. Poor Steven Spielberg as executive producer. Eric Stonks was originally hired to play Martin McFly when Michael J. Fox was busy filming the TV series Feminite. Nonetheless, during filming, all the filmmakers agreed that he was the wrong choice. Then Fox received a new proposal, and he was able to work a schedule that allowed commit to both projects. The subsequent change in cast meant that the team should rush through the reshoots and post-production to complete the film for its premiere on July 3, 1985. The film marked the beginning of a franchise, with the Back to the Future sequels, Part 2 and Back to the Future, Part 3 being released in 1,189 in 1990, respectively, as well as one series of drawings, one amusement park toy, several electronic games, and one musical theater play. Front desk. Back to the Future premiered on July 3rd, 1,185 theaters in North America. Zemeckis was worried that the film would be a failure by Fox's filming a family special, such in London, and was not available to promote the film. Gale too was dissatisfied with the tagline created by Universal, "You're telling me my mom has a crush on me." Even so, Back to the Future spent 11 weeks as #1 at the box office. Gale remembers our second week. It was better than the first, which indicates excellent word of mouth. National Lampoon's European Vacation came in and August, took us out of the top spot for a week, and then we go back to #1. The film ended up grossing $210,609,760 in North America, $170,000,000 in other territories, accumulating a worldwide total of $300,109,762. Back to the Future had the fourth best opening weekend of 1985 and was the highest grossing film of the year. The film received a special re-release of 25 years in the United States in October 2010 to coincide with the release of Blue King, Universal Studios' 25th anniversary DVD home video. For the relaunch, Back to the Future has been restored and remastered. Criticism. Back to the Future was acclaimed by critics. Roger Herbert here that the film had themes similar to Frank Capra's films, especially It's a Wonderful Life. Herbert commented that Steven Spielberg is emulating big, authentic past of classic Hollywood cinema, who specializes in matching the right director, Robert Zemeckis, with the right project. Janet Massey Duden, New York Times, believe that the film has a balanced storyline, is a cinematic invention of humor and whimsy, tales for a long time yet to come. Christopher Dozen, who watched the film for the first time when adolescent, called it an excellent film of the 1980s. that combines science fiction, action comedy, and romance in one perfect little package that both children and adults will devour. Daviker, the Chicago writer, thought that Gale and Zemeckis had written one script that perfectly balanced science fiction, seriousness, and humor. Everett applauded the interpretations, argued that Fox and Felloyd embedded in Mars Brawan friendship with a quality reminiscent of King Arthur and Mary. The BBC praised Leandro's spectacularly executed script, stating that nobody says something that will not become important to the plot later. The Rotten Tomatoes aggregator reports that 90% of critics gave Back to the Future a positive review based on 83 reviews, with an average grade of 8.6 out of 10, and the consensus: inventive, funny, and with a breathtaking construction. Back to the Future is a vibrant time travel adventure with unforgettable spirit. Awards. Back to the Future won several awards, among them the Oscar for Best Sound Editing. The film won the Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation and the Saturn Award for Best Science Fiction Film. Fox and the visual effects designer also won in their respective categories, while Zemeckis, Wilde, the costume designers, and the supporting actors Thompson, Glover, and Wilson were also nominated. Legacy. President Ronald Reagan, a fan of the movie, referred to he in his State of the Union address from 1986, saying, "There has never been a more exciting time to be alive, a period of wonders, stimulants, and heroic achievements." As they say in the movie Back to the Future, where are we going? We don't need roads. When he first saw the joke about he is the president to United States, Trade and Fed, the cinema projectionist stops the film and rewinds it and displayed the scene again. The film is in 28th position on the list, entertaining Weichel of the 50 best high school movies. In 2008, Back to the Future was voted 20th, third best film in history by Empire readers. He was also put on a list, similar to the New York Times, a list of 1,000 films. In January of 2000, Total Film included the film in its list of top 100 movies of all time. On December 27, 2007, Back to the Future was selected for preservation in the National Register from the Library of Congress to United States, being considered culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. In 2006, the original script for Back to the Future was selected by the Criteria Guild of America as the 50th sixth best script in history. In June 2008, the American Film Institute has revealed its top 10 in 10 classic genres. Do Cinema Americano? After a search, with more than 1,500 people from the creative community, Back to the Future was recognized as the 10th best film of the genre science fiction. A piece of musical theater, also called Back to the Future, premiered in London during the film's 30th anniversary in 2015. Z-Mac and Zagu got together to write the script, Sylvan and Glenn composed ballad. The music, the scenes where mcfly rides a skateboard, occurred during the infancy of the skateboarding subculture. Several practitioners of the sport, as well as companies in this industry, pay tribute to the film for having influenced the practice of skateboarding. Examples can be seen in promotional materials, in interviews with professional practitioners who cite the film as their influence for having started skateboarding, and in public recognition about the influence of the film. Just like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, it's in my hall of best movies of all time. That's why the channel's rating will be 10 and wins the channel's seal of honor. This seal is only for epic films. So that's it, guys. Until the next video.